Peace and blessings to the chosen. Shalom. First and foremost, all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Double honors to the elders and apostles of GMS, Great Millstone. Salutations to the Icon, pushing his truth, sincerity, and charity. I'm the brother Yalai, and I'm responding to, or doing a video about the series called Them, because I was scrolling and it resurfaced on my feed and my algorithm, and I remember watching this some years ago, but this was a very good series, and it just shows you the true trauma that we as a people have endured and still endure to this day, as it dealing with enemies abroad and enemies at home, fighting spiritual devils and physical devils alike. So I'm just gonna give some precepts. Deuteronomy 28:65, it says, "Among these nations thou shalt find no ease, neither shall the sole of thy foot have rest, but the Lord Yahweh shall give thee there a trembling heart and failing of eyes and sorrow of mind. And thy life shall hang in doubt before thee, and thou shalt fear day and night, and shall have none assurance of thy life." So when they were among these heathen, these Idumeans, these who proclaim themselves to be white people, the Edomites were giving them hell. They were moving into a neighborhood called Compton, California. It was a PW neighborhood, predominantly Edomite neighborhood, and they gave them hell. And each and every family member got hell. No ease on the sole of your foot. When the brother man here, the father of the family, went to work, he got hell. When the lady, when she wanted to go out and do her business, she got hell. And this is before the crack era, so the Negro family still has some strength and somewhat of a unity. The Negro family was together. This was before baby mama era, before all the crack and these devils got to our women and offered them Section 8 and things of that nature. So the family had more structure or unity. And I also mentioned that even the kids got hell. They went to school and just it was hell, basically. And they were dealing with actual demons. Demons just fucking with them, torturing them. And then they were dealing with these ruthless and merciless Edomites. Okay, so Isaiah 42:22. "But this is a people robbed and spoiled. They are all of them snared in holes. They are hid in prison houses. They are for a prey, and none deliver it, for a spoil, and none say it restore." I continue. "Who among you will give ear to this? Who will hearken and hear for the time to come? Who gave Jacob for a spoil and Israel to the robbers? Did not the Lord Yahweh, against whom we have sinned? For they will not walk in his ways, neither were they obedient unto this law." So this happened because we turned away as a nation from the Lord. The so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, the true children of Israel, turned away from the Lord thousands of years ago. And even in that 1,000 years period, worshiping idols. And this is why. This is why the Lord has allowed this torture and trauma to happen to us. Because he conducted it. And our people don't care. They don't give not one flying free throat. So Isaiah 1:3. The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib. But Israel doth not know, my people doth not consider. They don't care. They don't care. They don't. A lot of our people, for many of them, don't want to be free. These are the same people that said, look, we should have just stayed in Egypt instead of be brought out here and Moses trying to bring us to die. That's how they was talking back then. They don't want to be free. They want to stay with Massa. So here it was, they was in captivity in Egypt. But what did they say? Numbers 11:5. We remember the fish which we did eat in Egypt freely. The cucumbers, the melons, the leeks, the onions, the garlic. But now our soul is dried away. There's nothing at all besides his manna before our eyes. Ungrateful. Ungrateful of being relinquished from the captivity of their oppressors. Complaining, bro. Saying that they should have stayed in Egypt, man. Deuteronomy 28:28. The Lord Yahweh shall smite thee with madness and blindness and astonishment of heart. And that's exactly what was happening in here. They were battling demons, man. Literal spirits just messing with their whole family. Giving them madness. Making them go crazy. It says, and thou shalt grope at noonday as the blind gropeth in darkness, and thou shalt not prosper in thy ways. So all that shit that Jake been trying to do since the being here in this accursed land called America, which means I am bitter for you in Hebrew. Amar, bitter, ka, you. I am bitter for you, America. All the attempts, the voting, the marching, and all the Black Panthers and everything that was attempted to try to free us from this devil. It says, thou shalt not prosper in thy ways. Negroes still thinking that they can vote their way to freedom. They think that they're getting somewhere. And then that Emancipation Proclamation freed them. And it only just amped up their oppression. It only just changed their oppression. It only just changed their slavery. Like the father in this series, in this show, still getting fucked at a job. No matter what kind of seeds you put out there. He said he gonna put the locusts upon your seeds. Which means that and now that could be literal too in this 28th chapter of Deuteronomy, but and also is spiritual, meaning that all the plans you make to succeed, it ain't gonna prosper. The scripture talk about plant and water, but Yahweh give the increase. 1 Corinthians 3:7. So then neither is he that planteth anything neither he that water it, but Yahweh that give it increase. So it doesn't matter what you try to do or what you attempt to do. You think you're going to do this, you're going to go college, get this degree, get this job. And no, they say you want to make the Lord laugh, make plans. No, that is a monkey wrench. It's a curse that you can't do what you plan to do. It's a curse when you try to. Trust me, I've tried to do so many things. Failure and failure and failure, trial and tribulation. And you keep trying. You continue to work. You continue to, feed yourself. And guess what? You still gonna have hardship because you putting all your money into a bag with holes. Haggai 1:6. I'll get it real quick since I quoted it. Get this. You have sown much and bring in little. You eat, you have not enough. You drink, but you are not filled with drink. You clothed you, but there is none warm. And he that earneth wages to put into a bag with holes. And that was the Haggai 1:6 one more time. But it doesn't matter. So regardless, you gonna work regardless and still have a bag with holes. But then guess what? Your plans before even getting your increase was already canceled. You see what I'm saying? He said, thou shalt not prosper in thy ways in Deuteronomy 28:29. Continuing that verse, it says, thou shalt only be oppressed and spoiled evermore, and no man shall save thee. So, Martin Luther King wasn't going to save us. Malcolm X wasn't going to save us. Marcus Garvey wasn't going to save us. None of these guys, Huey Newton, Bobby Seale, Angela Davis, Rosa Parks, none of these people was going to eliminate our oppression. We have to really, literally give to the Lord our faith and call upon him and sincerely turn away from wickedness, idolatry, and all manner of sin to the best of our ability. Knowing that we are in the flesh and knowing that we are under grace and that we need Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus, to get back to the Father, the Most High, whose name is Yahweh. That is the point. Nevertheless, this is a good series. It's a good series. I heavily recommend you watch. And it shows you the trauma that Jake really goes through even to this day. Back then, yeah, and even before then, it showed clips of the cat in the bag is still that is a thing that whew, that's a very that's a hard thing to watch. Especially if you don't, you know what I'm saying, you don't like seeing what they did to kids, bro. But the scripture talks about how he have no respect for the elderly or young. It said in Deuteronomy 28. It said in this chapter, but he not gonna have a certain respect for elderly or young. Which means that he just abusive as hell. And if you don't know what the cat in the bag is, it shows that in this series. I don't even know if I really want to tell you what it is. It's just something that you gotta look up. But it's fucked up. Something that they did to a babe, a very almost newborn child. And it's torture. But nevertheless, no other people went through the hell that happened upon Jerusalem. Let's just end it at that. Daniel 9:12, he had confirmed his words which he spake against us and against our judges that judged us by bringing upon us a great evil, these curses. For under the whole heaven had not been done as done upon Jerusalem, as it is written in the law of Moses. What, Deuteronomy 28 and other law books and chapters. It says, all this evil come upon us, yet made we not our prayer before the Lord Yahweh our power, that we might turn from our iniquities and understand thy truth. So this happened. Jerusalem is representing the nation of the Hebrew Israelites. And this has happened to no other people. Okay, it says no other nation has gotten a worse treatment than Jerusalem, which is talking about the entire nation of Israel, which is the sand of the sea, cannot be numbered. The Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, the speckled birds, the people of our people, among the other nations that appear to be looking like the other nations. And with that, I'm going to say shalom.